Okay.
Mhm.
And yeah, they're still going to lane it as normal. They're not going to switch anything up, at least not from the picks we see in front of us. They have been known to put 33 mid in some situations on these weird heroes, and even Ace go mid as well, but I think they're just going to lane it as normal for now. We'll see once we get into the game.
All right. Yeah, I think, Ursa versus Terror or versus Laundry is fine. You do push that bear. Now, this Juggernaut plus Crystal Maiden. Would they lane the Crystal Maiden bottom? Because I don't think Jugger needs that much help, and I think there's a lot of good potential there. Abaddon, even though he can protect the Jugger, he doesn't offer any good potential with the Blade Fury. I wonder how they'll, if they're going to try and enable the Ursa or the Juggernaut more early on.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I guess you send the Abaddon just because he's better at hunting the Kato. The Crystal Maiden is going to take a lot of damage. She's very slow, so the Kato can just kite the Crystal Maiden. So, yeah, it's probably going to be 33 in Saxa top versus the Terrorblade. And they have some catch on the Terrorblade with the Crystal Nova. And the real space creator this time for Liquid will be that Tiny for mind control. If they can get that early blink dagger on him, there's a lot of plays they can go for. Pick off into the Serpent Wards, getting towers. They also have Matumament to follow up. And we have to... I'm curious to see if we're going to see a Radiant Spear, or if this is going to be a ranged Lone Druid build coming for him.
Yeah, and one thing, I'm not sure if you mentioned it, but PPD is actually on the Abaddon, and it's going to be Saxa on the CM, so CM4. It's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
I can see like Zero running around with some items.
Mm-hmm. Saxa, maybe that BKB blink on the CM. They don't have any ways of canceling that. And now we get 20 armor, so a little harder for the Terrorblade to focus the hero down.
Yeah, I mean, might not look like she's got 20 armor when there's a Terrorblade army smashing into her with Metamorphosis, but she does.
Come on, believe in the Crystal Maiden, dude.
I'll try, but she's let me down so many times before.
Yeah, I used to love playing Crystal Maiden pubs, but nowadays it feels so hopeless. This is actually the set from the... did you watch the Major with the cosplayer that won? I think that's the set that she
was copying this set, wasn't she? Yeah. Pretty cool. Though a hood full of crystals just sounds downright uncomfortable and very impractical, so I'm not too sure on that one, but there you go. GH wind on the high ground. He's starting with Aether Shock as well. He always seems to do this on GH, just one side extra harassers who win the wars early on, as PPD chasing off Matupaman's bear here in the top lanes. He's trying to get the cheeky grab here. Let's see if we'll be able to do that from PPD. Oh, yeah,
Aether Shock is such a good level 1 spell. 140 damage for an Anifit. It's a lot of value. Shackles, if you have a hero like Ursa or Juggernaut in your team, then the Shackles can be pretty good. But overall, Aether Shock is very powerful.
Absolutely, and yeah. So Matu starting things off in the middle lane, going for the 3 Iron Branches and 2 Tangos, and of course the bear holding the sword and board, the Quelling Blade, and the Stout Shield. As Fado comes into lane, he's got himself the usual double Mental Detergence and Circlet for the AOD. So we'll start to trade up, and we expect Matupaman to get a bit of an advantage in this lane, but nothing to be like too scared about from Fatu, I don't think, unless there's some big rotations coming in. PPD chasing off Kuroki here in the top lane, just trying to chase down the Keeper of Light and spamming out these miscalls as much as possible. You basically just want to convince people to trade with you until you get to the point where you can suicide with miscalls when you're out of mana. It's basically how you roll as a Abaddon these days, and Liquid will have to be wary about that and not trying to be suckered into fighting with this guy too much. But to be honest, there's not much else you can do. As PPD, zero hesitation, just running at Kuroki right now. Doesn't quite, could be in some trouble. The blast is going to come through, but it won't be enough, and goes for the deny and gets it. Classic Abaddon. Textbook. That is just grabbing his Quelling Blade there.
It's like one of the only supports that can do that. So as long as you're good enough with the miscall, you can actually,
wow, that was quick. Yeah, they got a very quick kill down here at bottom. My bad for missing that one as the Crystal Nova, actually. Just a Crystal Nova in the spin. They didn't go for the Frostbite this game, so that's just Miracle getting run down. I mean, he doesn't have a big health pool, so he just disappears so quickly.
That is definitely the better lane for them, laning the Jug versus the Terrorblade. As you said, Blade Fury deals a lot of magic damage. You do have a lot of armor on the Terrorblade, not a lot of HP.
Exactly. Well, Kuroki once again sitting up at top lane as PPD going for the wraparound. Constantly want to be trying to force the heroes on Liquid to get away, but of course they do have a double melee lane versus a Coddle, so he should be the king of this lane, Kuroki. And just trying to play around with PPD here. Probably going to be another death for PPD. Well...
Oh, I actually, I was not aware of this, but Abaddon now has pretty much the same base move speed as Kato. It's 328 versus the 332 on the Kato. It's very good. You can chase the Kato a little bit.
Yep, the recent-ish movement speed reworks, favoring Abaddon quite a lot.
Yeah. Oh, Saxa. Yikes.
Yeah, he's going down here in the bottom lane. Thanks to the Metamorphosis coming through for Miracle and taking care of the Crystal Maiden. She looks small compared to the big old beast of Terrorblade with Metamorphosis popped. And Ace will just have to keep his distance for the time being and wait for that Metamorphosis to come back off cooldown. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, Matu and OD, you know, this isn't an exciting lane, unfortunately. It's just these two going to be battling it out. But so far, a bit of an advantage for Matu, but as expected, not much going on here. Meanwhile, PPD being chased by Kuroki. Yeah, I mean, Kuroki doesn't really know what to do with himself here. He's like, I need to kill you.
He needs another hit. Another hit.
Blast doesn't work, and now PPD's just gonna keep on hitting him and kills himself to the creep, interestingly.
Nice.
Okay, okay. You do you, PPD.
I love seeing the denies.
You like seeing people kill themselves.
Okay.
You're a horrible man, Bowie. Horrible, horrible man.
No what?
Say what?
Oh. I think we have a problem.
What in?
Nomad?
You can't hear me? Well, that might not be a bad thing. 33, just farming up in the top lane. Now 20 CS, leading the net worth chart on this Ursa. We'll get Bowie back whenever we can. I'm sure he'll sort things out on his end. Meanwhile, in mid, Marty playing up with Fata. I mean, this just it's just a dull old lane, unfortunately. I'll say it every time.
Hello.
Hello? You back to me?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
I flamed you and I was worried you'd left forever.
Yeah, I was. I thought that you were mad at me because I cut you off.
We're friends, don't worry. GH in the bottom lane, just going to throw in an Aether Shock at Ace and steal a couple of his creeps whilst he's at it. It's a pretty slow going game so far. Only one kill on each side. Jug now starting with a phase boost though, so this should open up quite a lot of kill potential into GH if he's not careful here. And they're not going to go for anything just yet because they've got that Crystal Nova on cooldown. Now, meanwhile, Miracle has taken to the jungle. So even though this lane wasn't even going that badly, he just decides, oh, when I haven't got meta, I'm just going to jungle up. It's probably more efficient.
A lot of commitment here from NiP to get this stop her.
Yes, this is good. This is good. We're used to seeing NiP kind of sack a little bit on these early runes in the last couple of games, or maybe because they couldn't go for it, but this time they recognize that they can absolutely challenge these runes, and they do. They take them. Ursa will be forced off this lane a little bit, though, but the creep's coming into him all the same, so it doesn't really matter.
This game is... you cannot hear bowing client. Huh, that's weird. Someone said that they cannot hear me, but I do have the mic on.
Okay.
Well, but yeah, what I was gonna say is what's scary about Liquid's draft is the amount of push that they have with the Terrorblade, wards, and the bear. Like, this is going, like, if they win a couple of fights, it's way easier for them to start getting map control in comparison to NiP. So they're gonna have to be super careful with which fights they take, and maybe they should also be careful about Roshan. Because if they can just get a Roshan, an Aegis on Matuma Man or the Terrorblade and just group up and force fights, if NiP loses a fight, you know, they're going to lose so much real estate.
They keep throwing on this Avalanche and Illuminate combo onto the Ursa here in top lane. He just doesn't care. Like, he's being constantly healed up by PPD as well, so he's kind of just tanking it all and having a nice time.
Yeah, that's the beauty of the support Abaddon. Better Warlock.
GH okay here. He's going to come in for the Aether Shock, but going to get spun down by Ace, and it is not going to be a very long life for GH. Although the spin's going to run out before GH dies here. Another Hex comes through. Ace could be in some trouble as a tiny TP's in. Avalanche toss up and dead under the tower. Ace dies. GH baits it in perfectly.
Fairy Fire plus tick. Oh boy.
There's a lot of burst heal. That is a lot of burst heal.
And that Terrorblade, already level 6. Not only they are giving the experience to GH, that by the way is level 5 at 6 minutes. That's a scary level for a Shadow Shaman that early. This Shadow Shaman get so many items. He already has Arcane Boots, by the way. This is going to be a super early Aether Lens. Juggernaut's going to be has to be very careful about committing that Blade Fury now.
Well, he will be level 6 soon, which will unlock the Omni Slash as well, which gives him even more kill potential. But yeah, I mean, still struggling to find the success. I mean, at least he's kind of got the free farm here in the bottom lane, but he's actually not doing amazingly on CS. And Mind Control's coming in. They've got the Avatar Sword, the sort of Crystal Maiden, and she just evaporates. He's trying to find the kill onto GH here. Hasn't hit that level 6 yet, so just has to bring him down by foot. But no, never mind. Hex comes out. GH around the trees. Now Shackle comes out as well. Mind Control, no mana to work with. Ace is just going to back himself away, though. He knows that there's probably going to be more heroes coming in, even though there wasn't just yet. But chasing up into a shrine seems like a very bad idea. I don't know. Could he have got that kill?
I think, after dying once, you should probably chill a little bit. Don't go for dives like this. Wait for your level 6.
You need to come back, dude.
Wait. just wait for the Omni Slash. He's gonna get some kills. Oh no.
Wow. That's PPD was there, believe it or not, but he is no longer there because he got absolutely killed. Avatar's combo with an Aether Shock level 3. Yep, that's going to be enough to bring him down. Meanwhile, Kuroki up in the top lane gets dived deep by the Ursa here. 33 finding him in the trees. Meanwhile, Ace being jumped upon here. The Avatar Avalanche out again. Doesn't get the toss off this time as Ace will run himself away with the spin. That's the good thing about Juggernaut versus the Tiny is that you can get that spin off in between the ticks of Avalanche, which makes you not quite as vulnerable to the Tiny catch.
Dude, this game is only a 1k gold advantage for Liquid, not even that, but I'm so scared for NiP because you already have level 6 on GH, and they would jump those
again. Snake's out with the Hexa as well. He's can't find his way out of this one. PPD, though, coming in to help out, and now comes the Omni Slash, bouncing wildly over to the two heroes, then back to the creep wave again. Ace, well, it was more just to escape the traps than anything, I feel like. Meanwhile, GH being run down here. Can they get the right click? Yes, they can. Saxa finds it with a little Ice Blasters. 33. Run in.
Okay. Mid tower though.
Mind Control. Getting the jukes. He makes it out. Nicely done by Mind Control there.
Nice.
Radiant are scanning.
Radiant scan. Kuroki just wants to be sure he's safe. Gonna be warding the dire jungle for now. Getting that map control.
We'll pay one last visit to the last hits side of things. We see Farah actually ending up winning on the CS against Matumba Man, but I think this might have been some jungle creeps as well, and we do see Matumba Man a little bit further forwards on net worth. So definitely been some jungling going on from Fata here, but all things considered, a very good lane for OD versus what used to be a pretty convincing matchup for the Lone Druid. Oh, Fear is up. Matu will be able to grab the bounce arena as well, so making full use of this bear, who is named El Doge, by the way. Some fresh memes coming out from a Timberman.
Nice. Top lane, Mind Control. Getting pretty close to the Blink Dagger already. Has Phase Boots, 1.1k gold. I don't know, dude. The kill score and the gold advantage is not big, but the supports on the side of Liquid have so many levels. This Crystal Maiden still not level 6. Abaddon level 4. Whereas everyone there is very high level.
PPD hanging around. He's got some heroes coming in to help him out as well here as they look on towards Liquid. GH is smoked up though, so they see 2, but there's actually 3. PPD will come forward, sees Mind Control, just going to quickly shield himself up there so he doesn't die to the Avatos. Meanwhile, Middle Tower has gone down to the Lone Druid whilst this is going on. Liquid just holding careful right now. They want to find a nice little pick-off with this Aether Shock Avatos. They don't want to get ahead of themselves and end up giving something away as they shouldn't. As PPD comes into the trees, he might be the target here. Hex comes out. Avalanche as well will not combo properly with a toss, but the Aether Shock should be enough to bring him down. The right click from Mind Control kills off the Abaddon. And now Matumba Man shows up. What's up, guys? I'm here to push a tower. I've got, what's this spell called? I think it's called Demolish on the bear. Yeah. So tower's not lasting very long against him.
Yeah, they just push too well. You get one pick off, and suddenly they're threatening your buildings. And NiP, they cannot do that. They have to start fighting some good engagements. But once again,
in trouble in the bottom lane, running through the trees once again, using that Calling Blade to make himself a path, running and running. He's making some good jukes, but they're just going to throw down the Will-O-Wisp. He nearly manages to kill it off, but fortunately 33 will be dropping here. Miracle even denies the Will-O-Wisp, which is very rude. I'm sure Kuroki doesn't appreciate that.
So yeah, like I think they're kind of in the same position as game one. They don't have any initiation. Yours is going BKB. Juggernaut, they have drums, so like they can try to close the gap by food, but against Savage Roar, against the instant cast points on the Shadow Shaman and the Will-O-Wisp, it is very hard for NiP to fight, and that is the only thing that they can do because they cannot try to group up in siege. That is again not the best scenario you want to be in.
GH being chased down by 33 here, trying to make his way through the trees, but the bear is angry and he wants himself a little shaman as PPD comes in as well. Blinding Light going to come through. Can be dispelled by PPD if he wants, but he doesn't really feel like he's going to go for the TP out on GH, but the damage from 33 is going to pop the Enrage just to make sure he can bring it down that shaman.
Yeah, that's the only way they can fight. That is literally the only way. So when Will-O-Wisp is down, they can try and brute force fights like this, but this was just a support, you know? They cannot do that with the core, so that is really the problem. They're gonna have to find a way to, I guess, bulk up and start fighting, or get a Blink Dagger, but it looks like he's going indeed for the BKB on Gersa.
That's the fire just gonna blast all his mana away, farming up these ancient creeps right here. Then use a shrine to get himself back up. So far has the Kaya on himself, going for the Yasha as well.
Nice. Wants to benefit from all those move speed buffs that they have. The Ursa and the Juggernaut.
Yeah, I'm a little bit scared of this Terrorblade though. He's been hiding in the jungle for most of this game, and he is getting out of control. He's currently higher than anybody else on the Dire side when it comes to net worth. No one higher than him is Matsu, who's going for this Radiance, so aren't quite feeling the effects of him just yet, but he is going to have a really good timing on this Radiance with the phase boots on the bear as well.
He's even going for a stack here. Probably going to use that Metamorphosis to farm again. Nice.
Ooh, he's tempted by the Invis rune, but gives it to Kuroki instead. Yeah, I mean, NiP, they're kind of occupying the enemy side of the map. They're pushing forwards a little bit, but they can't really find a way to make things happen.
Yeah, that's very problematic because, you know, you mentioned the Network and Miracle, and, you know, it's kind of close to the Juggernaut, so someone watching could be like, well, this Juggernaut, he's almost as farmed as Miracle. The game is not feeling that bad for NiP, but Terrorblade just uses net worth way much better than the Juggernaut. So when they are evening farm, the fights are going to
toss onto Sax. They could be in some trouble as the blast comes through, but actually still surviving through this one. I think he had some raindrops or something just to keep himself alive there. Mind control, he's not done there. Avalanche! Oh, Sax just makes it out the other side, salves himself up, and will live to do whatever Crystal Maidens do another day.
50 HP there.
Yep.
They will trade
No
even
biggie.
bounties.
Looks that way.
That's good. Fara now considering a BKB instead of the Yasha. I mean, they're going for a lot of BKBs. They want this BKB timing where Liquid tries to push and they can actually, you know, fight them.
Well, they fortify
I think that is
through
a
mind
very
control's
passive
avatars.
mindset. I think there's a
What's
very
that?
passive mindset for NiP to just try to get BKBs and hope that Liquid jumps at them.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. It's a stretch, and it kind of relies on the other team making mistakes, which isn't ever a good thing to rely on. You want to be able to try and make the plays yourself. You want to try and force the victory into your hands. You know, that's what Dota's all about. It's what any game, whether winner or loser, is all about. But, you know, sometimes relying on mistakes does work out, and PPD is going to have his ultimate triggered here, but the tower still goes down. Try to go for the denial mind control, but not going to happen.
Top lane, though. Look at the damage what Timmerman's doing.
Yeah, he's getting work done on this tower right now with that relic on the bear as well. Just does so much damage, and they're not even going to try and go for the bear here either. Yeah, thank you, Piano Boy. We do see the relic.
I mean, 33 is farming quite a bit. He's almost as struggling to see what's their timing.
Yeah, and again, you know, remember I talked in the draft saying that I want to see this Ursa with a Blink Dagger. I still feel like that should be the case. Like I don't like this this drums BKB build from 33 as Ace just spins in to commandeer this farm. Sorry, sir.
Like, I'm fine with this if the OD, for instance, gets Blink Dagger, you know, and then they can try and set up the fights with the Astro. The Ursa runs towards the Astro and you get kills. But with no Blinks on the side of NiP, I definitely disagree. And now they're going to force Roshan. Even though NiP is the draft with the Ursa, this is going to be, you know, it looks like Liquid. They're just doing whatever they want, and NiP is just watching.
Yeah, it does very much look like that. As the Ursa, they've got no clue this is going on right now. GH is actually smoked up around the side, Miracle smoked up inside, and using these snakes and just kind of positioning himself well. There's no real indication that Liquid are doing this, and certainly NiP don't spot anything wrong.
Yep, and now that's the Radiance down on the Bear. They could actually... They started forcing this without the Radiance being done. That's how confident they are. And with this Radiance, Power Spike, as well as the Aegis, I think whenever they have the next Metamorphosis...
They sunder each other and they swap tips as well. Swapping tips, swapping health.
GH is like,
Good
okay,
friends.
man. Just... You can sunder me, just tip me back. Just give
Yeah.
me that,
Health for shards. Buy health here, health for shard. He needs to get their bettings in. He's probably predicting every game on themselves.
That's true.
Throwing the game for
double
shards.
damage.
That's a real play. Yep.
Come on,
And-
NiP.
Yeah, come on, guys.
Use that
This
double
is-
damage.
I
Smoke
know there's a
once.
Terror Blade. Oh, Saxa picks it up.
God. Okay.
Playing for the long game, it is.
And they're going for another set of drums on the Sox as well. We really like those bongos.
And that's the thing, right? Yeah, exactly. So you've got you've got many bongos. They've got a whole bongo band on the side of NiP with the Ursa, the Juggernaut, and also the Crystal Maiden, all picking them up. My issue is that Juggernaut went for these drums. He went for the Yasha, and then usually you see Juggernauts being very active around the map when they have these two items, but they never had the chance to make this happen. So it never came off. Like they just kind of forced four charges still on the drums, and he slowed down his farm so much by going for these drums over the Maelstrom that you just end up in this weird situation where you're like, why do I have this item? Has it really given him any value? I think it's the question you've got to ask yourself, and I would say in this game, no.
Yeah, like, I guess, you know, if I'm trying to put myself in NiP's shoes and understand what they're doing, I think maybe they're, like...
Avatos, they've got themselves Juggernaut here. The Fear coming out as well. Can't get that spin-off. Will be able to throw it out eventually. Healing Ward doing a decent job of healing him up, but the Bear actually gets rid of it quite quickly here. But now PPD coming in, healing up Ace immediately and fighting up with Matumba's Bear right now. They want to at least get themselves a Bear, but the rest are Liquid. They're coming their way in. They're going to come around the side, but 33 is playing catch, and he's going to find Miracle before he can get into this fight. Meanwhile, the rest are Liquid. Not sure what to do with themselves here. They're positioning themselves very aggressively, and NiP will back off. That means they lose this tower. They give up the positioning, and they're probably going to give up this building as well. Meanwhile, Miracle actually gets a tower in top lane with just one illusion up as well. No one TP'd in to deny it or anything, so Miracle just gets a decent amount of gold there for no particular reason.
Radiance can.
I mean, I'm not sure NiP could have TP'd in. As they go in with the Avatos onto the Ursa, doesn't do a ton of damage, and PPD just constantly healing up with those miscalls. They will grab this bounty rune. Doomman's Bear coming forward. It's going to take a couple of hits from the OD. That's okay.
Yeah, I think they were trying to group up for the bounty here, so they felt like if they TP there, they would not be able to contest this and slow down push, which they did, I think, but doesn't change the fact that they have that Aegis, and if they want to stop this, they're gonna have to somehow use those BKBs. They do finish. Yep.
This is scary.
that's
Metamorphosis, snakes, and the tower gets completely blown up from the foundations down.
I don't even think the Serpent Wars were necessary there. They pushed so fast that you just want to make sure. Liquid just playing very safe Dota.
Miracle going for the Skadi as well. Gonna do so much work versus this Ursa and this Juggernaut.
They're going Scythe on the OD. I guess I'm happier with this. Oh, Caught him.
Okay. Croaky, a little bit out of position up here. Does get caught out by Ace and Father. And Father's working his way towards a Scythe of Vice. That's the one. Escaping there for a minute. But yeah, Scythe of Vice is going to be a really, really nice item to have and might open up some kill potential on the side of NiP, which they're sorely lacking.
Yeah, I think, you know, without Blink Dagger, it's going to be maybe hard to use that besides the Bear. But at least that's more of an aggressive item instead of BKBs. I think that would be like the epitome of being too defensive on the side of NiP. So at least they're going for this aggressive item, and it is pretty much done right now. Could buy it, but maybe just saving for buyback.
I don't think it's a game where you can save the buyback yet on NiP.
Yeah. The ages will expire though, so that is probably, you know, if they can actually get this side of Vice, knowing there is no age, maybe with a smoke, they could actually take a good fight.
Yeah, I mean, killing off this Terrorblade early on would be absolutely key because I'm fairly sure Miracle has not died yet. Oh, has actually died once. Never mind. But still, only dying once. When was that death? Can you remember?
It's been a while. Come on, NiP. Is this the side of Ice? Nope. Oh, no, yeah, they did finish the side of Ice.
Yeah.
It is time for them to smoke.
All right,
Come
let's
on,
go.
guys.
PPD, he's holding 2 in his backpack. He's ready to roll.
He has 2. Okay,
Here we go.
They're
They're
group
making
up.
their way over.
It is time. It is time.
We have a fight on our hands, although they just want to come in and clear mid quickly. Matumba Mana. This could be a good pick for them if they want to go for someone here. Matumba Mana is definitely not a bad shout. Especially if they manage to find the hero out. I mean, he's only got 2k HP. It's
Top.
a decent amount, but look at this. Onto the high ground. They're taking such a long time to mobilize and go for this smoke that they've actually had to push out mid, and now high ground's being attacked, and there we go. Metamorphosis and Snakes are out. You kind of need to start the fights before this happens, but they might try and go for this anyway. The wraparound coming out from NiP. 33 leading on the front lines here. They're looking for Miracle. They've found their target. The BKB out from the Esther as well. Trying to blow up Miracle here. Trying to find the right one. Meanwhile, the Omnisash is going to take down Kuroki. Well, OD in some trouble. Hasn't even had a chance to use the side of Ice and is not going to as he's taken out the fight. But Miracle is dead. 33 and Ace find the Terrorblade. That is a big target, and Liquid realize that this fight's probably over for them now as they back themselves away. So a short, convincing fight. Well, I say convincing. I mean, the heroes that died definitely got brought down very quickly, but no one really having an advantage out of this. And Liquid stay to try and go for this shrine. I mean, I think this is definitely, well, no, I want to say this is an IP's advantage because they killed the Terrorblade, but they lost the tower as well, so I'm not sure it is their advantage.
I don't think it is their advantage. I think the fact that the shrines are open now will make this game even harder. Like NiP, they're losing map control, and since all the lanes are that pushed, they're not going to be able to find any towers out of this. So at the end of the day, you know, yeah, you lost your Terrorblade, but he's still the highest net worth, and they could group up and get the shrines now. The second Roshan is going to be even harder for NiP to contest.
Yeah, I mean, they might want to wait until Metamorphosis is up again before Liquid make any aggressive plays for shrines or anything like that, but yeah, they've got the world in their hands. The whole wide world in their hands.
Okay, so what are they going for the bear now? Do they have an AC already? They're going for the AC.
On who, sorry?
On the bear, on the Matumba.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
actually getting the shrine by himself here.
Yeah,
That is a yikes. Because they're gonna group up bottom, I guess. They're gonna try and force this tower, but they push so slow. Like, they're actually pinging the top barracks here, Liquid. This Ursa is gonna take ages to find this tower.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing about Ursa is he does not push quickly by any stretch of the imagination. So it's going to take him a while to get through this one. But Liquid not really committing. Even though they've got these snakes here, they don't want to come too far forwards. I mean, their vision is still pretty limited off this area. GH pretty scared, anticipating some kind of gank here, especially with the vision, which the Dire have into their own jungle here. So they get the tower at bottom, and they will be able to TP back in time to defend it, although there's a mob of Terrorblades coming into the middle lane, which PPD is going to try and deal with here. But yeah, okay. OD's going to play cleanup.
Alright. Basher now up for the Ursa. Looks like the Juggernaut is about to finish his Mjolnir. So they do have some Terrorblade solutions.
Alright. These many carries on NiP, the 3 carry lineup, is eventually going to come online.
Smoke?
Problem is, there's also a Terrorblade, which is pretty damn huge.
So fast. Matumba, man. They're going to try to gank the bear there, but he...
Recalled it?
Yeah, he recalled it mid-attack from the OD. He's very close to the bear.
GH being hunted by Ace here. Ace, if he finds his Omnislash, he might just go for it, but in comes the Ghost Scepter. I'm not sure Ace actually saw that one. Huh.
Yeah, maybe not, but he had no way of cancelling it anyway. So.
Yeah, true, maybe he did see it. Just went, well, there we go. You're getting away. Goodbye.
So 1 minute and 20 seconds for the respawn timer here. Liquid still has a pretty decent control over this area. P will start to mobilize some heroes around this area. You want to be able to stop the Roshan because they do it very fast with the Terrorblade.
They certainly do. Yeah, we saw it last time, just evaporating even with the Shadow Shaman throwing the wards in. I don't think they'll need to commit that this time though.
Okay.
All right, fighting up into this bear. 33 trying to get rid of El Doge here. Can they do the damage, though? Doesn't seem like it, and PBD has already thrown out the Sephotic Shield. We'll have another one available now, though, and freeze up the Ursa to run in and chase Liquid out of this Roshan pit. But he's not actually spawned yet. They're fighting over someone who's not there. 35 seconds until the Rosh will live. And both teams very anxiously just waiting around for this.
Yeah, I'm very happy with how NiP is playing now. Looks like they are, they're definitely aware of how important this Roshan is for Liquid, and they need to be here at all times to contest it. The problem is, with tier 3 down, the split push is going to become a problem. Those illusions are all going top there, and eventually NiP is going to be forced back, and that's when Liquid attacks. Yeah, already the CM
forced back 2 heroes as well. Jug had to push out bottom, the CM has to push out top. Roshan up in 3, 2, 1. Hello.
Alright.
So Liquid currently have, well, nobody really has control of this Roshan pit right now. I mean, Liquid, they are getting themselves inside it, but NiP just waiting very nearby. And they've got this courier as well, which is going to give them the vision. You have to be careful with that, because of course the tiny cleave will kill it. They're going for the bear this time. Alright, alright. A lot of commitment onto Pyjamas bear. They're going to use the fear, but the frostbite comes out from Saxa to keep it still. 33 coming back. The avalanche even being used here. They're really trying to keep this bear alive. Can they actually get the kill? They're tossing it back. Save the bear. They keep it alive somehow, but Superman will get the resummon, so at least they deny them the goal. But mind control does give his life. But he's got a buyback. What do you think?
So they did resummon.
Tossing that bear out. Was it worth it?
I don't think so, because they resummoned the bear anyways.
Oh, yeah, right.
So now... Okay, I gotta commit for this.
Yeah, Marty and Miracle in the pit. Get into work.
No BKB on the Ursa, so that's why they can go for this. They also have the Will-O-Wisp available.
Mind control as well. Found the courier, which was scanning out, but in they go. But immediate Hex out. No chance at all for Ace to do anything there. And Fat blown up on the backlines as well. NiP, this fight was over before it begun. The Hex comes out onto 33, trying to run himself away with the shield up onto him as well. PPD will buy him a little bit of time, but he's going down all the same. And mind control's not done. He's looking for PPD. PPD will just run himself through the trees, though, and they won't find that kill. But Roche, well... Miracle's going to go back in to finish this one off, but the rest of the team are pushing their way down mid. They want these buybacks from NiP, and they will probably get them.
Oh, they're also pushing at the same time. Liquid, they're going to force some buybacks right here.
Yep, there's one, but they want more. They're not giving it up just yet. All right, Ace, maybe that's a line, but Roshan goes down. Miracle takes the Aegis, and he'll be joining them at middle lane very shortly, I should imagine. I mean, what's the cooldown on the bear summon? 40 seconds. Even if they bring down the bear, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, Amorphs is on cooldown too. I think chill if you're trying,
true.
And then you go for the juggler for the game.
Absolutely. And, you know, this Metamorphosis is still a cooldown they have to work around. NiP, I'd like to see them make a play whilst this is down. Don't let Liquid not fight you whilst they don't have this this spell.
Yeah, I think you have to do it. You know, even though it's risky, you don't have a lot of buybacks in. And I want to say 3. The Juggernaut did get hacks, so he bought back, and then the Ursa plus someone. But I think you have to do it, because if you try to defend, it's just going to be... They don't have that much wave clear, and I think Liquid can just force that with the BKB on... Oh, they actually don't have a BKB on the Turbo. He went for a very greedy build. Okay.
33 does have a Basher finally going for the Blink Dagger. So finally wants that instant initiation.
Will he finish the Blink Dagger?
Well, yeah, that's the better question. What I want to see is this BKB on Fata, which he's now queued up, because I think that's 2 fights in a row now where he hasn't been able to get the side device off. Well, looking for the bear here, and they will be able to get it. So another resummon probably going to be used here as the 300 gold going the way of 33. That's going to help towards his Blink Dagger substantially. But,
do draw a line here. Liquid are smoked up.
Yeah, they're looking to loop into top and maybe catch out Saxa, who's calmly and peacefully farming creeps, but will back herself out just the right time. GH has a lot of items. Got Blink, Force, Ghost Scepter, and Aether.
Yep, he is a god. So much cast range with the talent as well. Alright, so what do you do now?
Yeah, you didn't. Oh my god, BBD having to pop the borrowed time, and after like 2 volleys from Miracle here, and he's just eating these melee barracks alive. No response at all from NiP. They let the barracks fall. Mid, they might try and defend this one. they have to try and defend this one. They can't just let all their buildings get taken. They've got the BKB on Tfata now. Basher, BKB on Ursa, but of course the BKB's been there a while.
Oh, they're gonna find that double damage. Unfortunately, the Metamorphosis is wearing off. I wonder if they're gonna try and force something with this. Oh. Okay, so they might go for this. Do they have a smoke? They don't. I guess they're just gonna chill. They still have this in duration of the ages, and that's really the problem. NiP, they were so passive with the way they played, and now they have to deal with the consequences of that, which is no map control. They will try to smoke up, knowing that there's a Metamorphosis, but they're still ages.
They got the code. There we go. Someone had clicked the courier. Oh, scanned out.
Look
Liquid are
at
gonna know.
that scan.
Liquid are gonna know when there's a double damage. Terrorblade. Oh, never mind. It's running out. Phew. But yeah, just pick up this butterfly. So that's scary in of itself. And the smoke will pop on Fata here as he turns around. Immediately gets a Hex off onto Terrorblade. Fortunately, just not doing any damage at all. And now he's going to pop and just run into Fata here. He's getting minced alive. Fata gets torn apart. And now, well, Freezing Field comes out from Saxa with the BKB. Tiny, he can't do anything. He's just going to walk away from Saxa here. But
okay,
that's about it. Meanwhile, Miracle going into PPD here. PPD popping that ultimate, trying to play around here. 33 wrapping around the backside, maybe trying to find Mind Control here, popping that BKB to try and bring him down. Meanwhile, PPD does get taken out. 33 looking towards Mind Control. Miracle doesn't have a ton of health to work with and has used Thunder, but Saxa barely survives to see. And GH also gets a kill as Ace was on the backlines here the whole time, just fighting it up, getting controlled up and kited by the rest of Liquid, and GG is called. Just like that, a very anticlimactic ending, unfortunately, to this series, but a fantastic series all the same it was. And an interesting last game. Interesting from a strategic standpoint and a tactical standpoint, but Liquid do take it. 14 kills to 8.